Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to Walker097 Gameplay Channel, which I'll be doing gameplays on, very obviously. What you're looking at now is the amazing Super Mario Bros. 3. Now, here I'm gonna make some fanboys mad. Super Mario Bros. 3 is not my favorite NES game, not even close, and it's definitely not my favorite Mario game. A lot of people are like, Super Mario Bros. 3 was so good! Like, yeah, it was good, but trust me, there's a lot better ones. My favorite Mario game, just in case you're wondering, is Super Mario 3D Land. Fanboys, sound off. But, yeah. Favorite NES Mario game, I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for this, but it's Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic, or Super Mario Bros. 2 in America. Not even a Mario game, but it's still my favorite. But unfortunately I suck at it, so I'm gonna pick this one because I'm a little bit better at it. But yeah, Super Mario Bros. 3. One thing I can say is it definitely has the best graphics out of all the Mario games on NES. It has fantastic graphics. To give you an idea, when they released Super Mario All-Stars for Super Nintendo, which was a 16-bit re-release of Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 2, the Japanese original version, Super Mario Bros. 2, the American version, which was Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic, and Super Mario Bros. 3, and later Super Mario World, which I have that version, which was a mail-away only, so it's a bit hard to find. It's going up in price, like 50 bucks now. It's like, I paid 25 for it, and I was like, oh, that's expensive. And I'm like, oh, good thing I bought it then. But to give you an idea of how good the graphics were in this game, they actually, all of the games that were released actually got completely, new graphics, except for this one. This one, they actually reused the Mario sprite and just recolored it. So, really good graphics for this. Crap! I missed. You know what, screw it. This just leads to a pipe that has a 3 in it. I don't need that. I think I'll live. Yeah. I'm a little bit stupid sometimes. I'm just warning you. But, yeah. They actually just took the original Mario and Luigi sprites from the game and just recolored them because they were really good sprites. Like, they look fantastic. Everything else was redone, though. I think they may have done the same thing to Toad. I think they recolored the Toad sprite. In fact, they may have actually just reused all of the sprites, but I'm pretty sure they actually did the Goomba and stuff. I know for a fact they did the Mario sprite was just a recolored version of the 8-bit, and it looked 16-bit, which is crazy. It's kind of like the TurboGrafx 16, which was actually 8-bit, but everybody's like, oh no, it's 16-bit! No! Because it's advertised as 16-bit. It's not 16-bit, actually. It's actually an 8-bit system. But it looks fantastic. It looks really good. I'm definitely not one of those people that only judges a game based on its graphics. I think graphics are nice. I don't particularly like Atari. I don't think it's interesting. But it's definitely not because of the graphics, because I just don't get into the games. But with, you know, I'm a retro gamer. I'm 15, and I can tell you right now, I prefer retro games. Usually, I prefer them over modern. Just because I feel that back then, games were higher quality. The gameplay was better, and, you know, you could tell they spent more time. Now all we have is Call of Duty, 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 random first-person shooter, and Call of Duty. And to me, those all suck balls. I hate Call of Duty. I don't particularly like all of these others. I don't like Battlefield. I kind of like Medal of Honor, but not too, you know, I'm not too into it. If you want to give me a good first-person shooter, I'll play Wolfenstein 3D, Doom, GoldenEye 007, Perfect Dark, but, you know, I don't like these. Forget Call of Duty. And that's the thing is, I hope you realize it's the same game with a slightly altered story. You could say the same thing, oh, Mario's the same thing every time too, but the thing is, Mario's actually fun. If you're wondering, my favorite series is actually Legend of Zelda. My favorite game is Ocarina of Time. I've beaten it multiple times. If I had to put my top favorite NES game, I'd probably say either Castlevania or Castlevania 3. Easily, because I love them. Super Nintendo would be A Link to the Past. N64 would obviously be Ocarina of Time. Followed by... what would I follow it by? Probably Majora's Mask. I really, really love Majora's Mask. Maybe Banjo-Kazooie, but I like Banjo-Kazooie better. What was I talking about? I have no freaking clue what I was just talking about. Okay, well, that works for me. Oh yeah, I was talking about how, like, older games were, like, higher quality and everything. Shoot! Friggin' Windows 8, quit pulling stuff up. Okay. Yeah, if you're wondering, Windows 8 is awesome, but it's, got some weird menus. Like, the menus pull up when you wave over the side of the screen, and it's kind of annoying. You know what I hate? When people make channels to rip off other channels. Like, how about all those friggin' angry video game nerd rip-offs out there? I could go into this whole irate gamer, ABGN thing, but personally, I don't think he's really a rip-off. I think he was definitely inspired by ABGN, but he's not a straight-up rip-off like some of these others. He even actually, in an interview, said his inspiration was ABGN. So, you know, it's not like he's saying, I'm better. You know, he's doing his own thing, kinda, a little bit, not really. But really makes me mad is, like, when 12-year-old kids go out and they're, like, swear, like, crazy and, like, be like, I'm better than ABGN! And when you can... What? Oh, jump button. You piece of crap. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that now. I'm on a time limit. But, yeah. What the heck is on TV? What the heck is this? The heck? What? Slide? Okay, I'm gonna change the channel. Hey, look, Chalk Zone. Haven't seen that since I was a little kid. Sorry for distractions. I'm sorry. There was like a creepy show on, and it was on Teen Nick. Yeah. The only reason I watch that is for the is a lot of times I'll show the old cartoons from like the 90s. Which, when I was a little kid, I was born in 97, so I'm not, I only slightly remember 90s stuff. But I consider myself like a major 90s kid, not an early 2000s, because when I was a little kid, we didn't have cable. And so pretty much all the shows that came on were 90s shows, a lot of reruns and stuff, and come on. Where's the freaking warp thing? Hello? Warp whistle. Sometimes I can get it to work, and sometimes I can't. Screw it, I'm done. Sometimes I can find the warp whistle, and sometimes I can't, but there's a warp whistle up there somewhere. But like what I was saying, so like... And, like, all the movies I on tape were from, like, the 90s. Or the 60s. I liked a lot of the older cartoons, like, Scooby-Doo and stuff. But, so, like, all of the cartoons I remember are, like, from the 90s. My favorite cartoon as a kid was The Simpsons. But my favorite kids cartoon was Ed, Edd n Eddy. But I didn't see Ed, Edd n Eddy until, like, 2005. Like, and it came out in 97 or 98. And I was like, I've been missing out, because I didn't get cable until, like, 2004, 2005, somewhere around there. I only got, like, a few channels. They're, like, ABC, CBS, and I lived in the country, too, so it's, like, even worse. We didn't have, like, a ton of local channels. Like, we just recently got rid of our cable at my mom's house, just because, who knows, but it made me mad, because I don't get TV anymore, because my friggin' antenna won't pick up crap. Yes, ghetto, ha 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 ha. Screw you. But, screw you people who like, oh, that's so ghetto. It's like, oh, don't you, yeah, whatever. But, like, I don't get channels at all. But I was looking at my mom's TV, and she has, like, 35 channels, and they're all, like, the same as, like, when we had friggin' cable. They actually look better, because they're straight up digital, rather than coming through an RF signal. Actually, they do come through. What am I talking about? That comes through an RF cable, too. Friggin' retard. But, yeah. Yeah. So, like, when I first got Cartoon Network, I'm like, what the crap? They have an entire channel dedicated to cartoons? And now, I remember when Cartoon Network was good. Like, when I started watching Cartoon Network, it was still good. And there was a lot of shows that a lot of people didn't like, and I did. Like, I, for some reason, really liked Chowder. But I freaking hated The Misadventures of Flapjack. That show was bad. And personally, to all you people who are like, oh, Adventure Time! I guess that show's okay. It's pretty much the best show they've had in a while. I don't particularly like it. But regular show, you gotta be freaking kidding me. It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. You can tell it's good when they don't even have the creativity to come up with a good name for it. It's like, regular show? Really? The only thing I found interesting about the show is that they play a Sega Master System. Like, if you actually look at the game system they play, it's a friggin' Sega Master System. Only thing I liked about it. Yep. How much of a geek I am. I actually recognized that it was a Sega Master System, even though they slightly had to redesign it for copyright reasons. Come on, I want a fire flower. No! One more mistake. Oh, look. You can't kill me. Oh god, I don't know where that is. Ooh, I found the other flower. Sometimes there's a power up there. I don't know why, but I actually like the fire flower in this game better than I like... Screw you! Now I don't get to use it. Better than I like the raccoon suit. And by the way, stars build up really fast in this game, because you're like given stars all the time. It's kind of like New Super Mario Bros. U. No, that's with the squirrel, the old infinite flying squirrel suits, or the ones that let you skip levels. Kind of like the P-Wing in New Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario 3D Land, because in this game, P-Wing lets you fly infinitely. But in 3D Land, they made it to where P-Wing skips you directly to the flagpole. It's interesting. I don't like using that, because I prefer to see the entire level. You know? Super Mario 3D Land, though, is definitely my favorite Mario game, because I'm a big fan of side-scrolling Mario games. I've always liked them better than the 3D Mario games. For those of you that want to know, I don't really care for Sunshine that much. I felt that it was trying... It was a good game. I had a copy, but I traded it for Super Castlevania 4. So, you know, and in some ways I regret it, but most ways I don't, because I think I actually like Castlevania 4 a lot better than I did Sunshine. Sunshine's definitely probably the hardest Mario game I've played. 3D Mario game, that is. But, you know, it wasn't the best. And I prefer Super Mario 64 over it. But the thing I loved is I've always preferred the side-scrolling games, so I've always loved the New Super Mario Bros. Series. But if you ask me, New Super Mario Bros. Is starting to get a little bit stale. Like, they keep redoing all these Mario... Like, it's like, are you serious? You're gonna continue to make all these... Like, you could spread them out at least, because they aren't spread out at all. Like, didn't New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Mario Bros. 2 release in, like, the same month? I bought New Super Mario Bros. 2, I didn't buy it, I got it for Christmas, and I didn't even ask for it. I asked for Star Fox 64 3D, and then my grandma was like, GameStop lady talked me into getting this, and I'm like, oh, I love you, GameStop lady, and I don't even like GameStop. So, yeah, GameStop sucks balls most of the time. I've been to some nicer ones. It's the employees that make or break the GameStop, because the merchandise is always going to be you know. It's great if you're a modern gamer who doesn't collect for PS2 and GameCube a lot. I can, you know, but 3D Land, it plays like a 2D game, but it's in a 3D style. And I really liked it. And if I want a Wii U just so I can get Super Mario 3D World, which is coming out. I can't remember if it's later this year or if it's early next year. It's one of the two. I had a freaking heart attack when I saw the E3 this year. Because I watched the Nintendo Direct when it was going live. And my gosh. I loved it. I wish they would have showed more of the A Link Between Worlds footage, though, because they didn't include the trailers for that in the thing. You had to actually go on their playlist and find it. I guess I'll play a little bit of this world, but I didn't really plan on it. Oh, I know what we should play next. We should play Monster Party. Me and my friend played that for like I got that in a trade, because I've always wanted to have a copy. I got it in a trade like a year or so ago. It was beginning of freshman year, which was last year. So yeah, it's been like almost a year since I got it. But me and my friend friggin' like played it for an hour, laughing at how dumb it was. It's actually a decent game. It's just it's kind of stupid and crazy. you'll see what I mean when I play it. Like, it's crazy. It's easily one of the most memorable games on the NES, just because of how stupid it is. I'd actually consider putting it on my top 20 list, not because it's a great game, because it is a good game, I guess. Like, it's definitely not, like, the most innovative and fantastic, but it's okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this so far. I'm having fun just being able to sit here and talk to people who can't respond to me in any way, shape, or form. Yep. What time is it? It's 2 a.m.? Jesus. Okay. Excuse me. Jeez. I need to quit saying that. It's like, gosh. I have a bad habit of saying, like, Jesus and God like that, and I'm like, I really need to quit doing that. That's not good. Because I'm Christian. I'm like, I'm really not supposed to do that. Also, just so you know, I am going to try and avoid controversial topics in this channel. Because I'd really prefer to not get all these haters on here being like, oh no, it's the other way around, when obviously I'm right, you know, because I'm always right. Never am I wrong, because I'm the perfect human being of above average intelligence. No, I'm just kidding. I did, however, start a fake Facebook account, and you would not believe how stupid some people at my age are. They can't speak English properly, they can't spell, they are complete selfies, if you know what I mean. Like, they're obsessed with themselves. They cuss like sailors all the time. Which, you know, every teen kid is gonna cuss at some point. But good lord, you guys, like, really, really go overboard with it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've said a cuss word or two in my life. But it's like when all you do is sit there, beep, 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 sounding like a friggin' 1800s telegraph machine. You know, that's a bit ridiculous. Just a bit ridiculous. I think this is gonna be a longer episode. I'm having so much fun. I forgot how fun Super Mario Bros. 3 is. Shoot, I'm stuck in the spikes. Yeah, I should play Super Mario 64. That game is, like, glitchy as crap, but it's fun. Boom Boom! I shall defeat thee! If you have trouble on Boom Boom, you suck at games. I also liked how they brought back Boom Boom in Super Mario 3D Land. I remember this show I'm watching Chalk Zone, like, in the background. I remember that show. It used to come on, like, I think it was, like, on Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings. It was on the weekends. It was in the morning, too. And it used to be on, like... It was, like, right after Nick Jr. had its block. Because I remember I used to watch 2 blocks, occasionally 3. Usually what I'd watch is I'd watch the... Because, you know, if you've always had cable or satellite, and you've always had... For those of you who don't know, basically, some local channels will actually run a Nick Jr. block. And, and some local channels will run a Kids WB block, and also ABC on Saturday mornings, they used to, I'm not sure if they still do, they do a Disney block. You know, and this is how I used to watch cartoons that my friends were watching, because most of my friends had cable, or at least I know a couple of them did, some of them didn't. So, if I want, you know, I'd see the Nick Jr. block, I'd watch, like, Little Bill, Dora the Explorer, yeah, don't judge me, Blue's Clues, you know, stuff like that, Little Bear, and then I'd watch the Warner Brothers, which was, like, Macho Libre, it's, like, a random show. I used to watch, like, Jackie Chan Adventures, I think, and, gosh, what were some of the other ones? There's some other ones I used to watch, too. Like, I think I saw, like, a little bit of Pinky and the Brain a couple times, but not very much. I may have saw, like, a fragment of Animaniacs. But, you know. Occasionally, I'd watch, like, the Disney block, and it'd be, like, random shows like That's So Raven, and, like, it'd always be Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I did used to watch that, because that was, like, one of my favorite shows back then. I actually used to like That's So Raven. Like, now that I look back on it, it was like a really stupid show. But, you know, it's better than the crap they have on Disney Channel now. It's like friggin' Jessie, Austin and Ally. Like, really? These shows are awful. You know, Disney Channel hasn't been good in years. Oh god, here comes the angry son. See, there I go saying, oh god again. It's like, I'm trying hard to quit doing that. Oh, jeez. Without the us. Shoot. You know what? I think that's it, but I am gonna finish my rambling real quick. And I used to watch Pokemon, but at the time I didn't like it. I can't tell you why, but I love Pokemon now. And, occasionally, I'd find a channel that would have two of my other favorite shows. I used to really like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and I used to really, really like Magic School Bus. I loved Magic School Bus, but I could never find it on. So thanks for watching. Join me next time as we play another game, probably of the NES variety. See you guys.